Today I'm going to show you how to bake scones using Supreme cake wheat flour. All Supreme flours are milled to the highest possible quality standards. Our cake wheat flour is perfect for products requiring a very fine structure or when a very high performance flour is required. Okay, now we're going to start mixing the scones. The first thing you need to do is add all of your dry materials to your mixing bowl. The first ingredient we're going to add is the Supreme cake wheat flour. Next we're going to add the sugar. And lastly we're going to add the baking powder. Now let's take a spatula or a little knife and just start mixing it around just to combine all of the dry ingredients until it's a homogenized mix. Once you're happy with your dry ingredients, now you start adding all your liquid ingredients. So you can add your margarine, your milk, eggs, and lastly a bit of vanilla essence. Before you put it into the mixing machine, just give it a bit of a blend again with your palette knife or your spatula, whatever you have, just to give the machine a bit of a head start. Now we're going to mix our scone dough. I'm going to put the bowl into the machine. You can see the machine is fitted with a dough hook. It can either be a dough hook or it can be a flat beater. But while the dough is mixing, a good thing to remember is do not overmix your scone dough. If you overmix your scone dough, you're going to overdevelop the gluten. If you overdevelop the gluten, you're going to get very misshapen, horrible looking scones. Now, what you can do halfway through mixing is switch to speed number 2. Remember to switch off the machine before you change speed. So it's down to speed number 2. Looking for a total mixing time of around about 1 minute for scones. It should be okay. A quick test to see if you overdeveloped your gluten is to break a piece of the dough off, pull it between your fingers. If the dough breaks in a jagged manner and breaks very easily, that means you haven't overdeveloped your gluten, and that's perfect. Now I'm ready to start cutting the scones. The first thing you need to do is lightly dust your table. Bit of flour, throw it across. Put a bit of flour on the top so your rolling pin doesn't stick. Right, in slow, deliberate movements. Until the dough is about 1.5 centimeters thick. Looking about that, looks pretty good. Right, a tip with the cutter. When you're cutting a scone, don't turn the cutter. If you turn it like that, you're going to get very misshapen, very ugly looking scones. So you start cutting your scones, just push straight down. Straight down. Now to minimize the amount of waste and scrap material you're going to get, instead of cutting underneath it, cut off center. There. There. You can actually see the amount of scrap material in the middle of the dough is very small. Right, I just need to break away a bit of the offcuts on the side so you can get to the scone. Right, once your scone's on your tray, you can take either milk or an egg milk mixture. Paint the surface of the scone. This prevents the top surface from drying out during a half-hour resting period. The next stage is crucial. You need to rest the scones for 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be under a plastic bag or any special circumstances. Just let it lie around for 30 minutes. That gives time for the gas to start being generated with the baking powder and gives time for the gluten to start relaxing. So it'll give you a much better looking scone. It'll rise much more evenly, look much better. Any professional baker will tell you that flour consistency is absolutely crucial. That's why Supreme Flour is a professional baker's choice. If you ever experience a problem, give us a call. We have a dedicated team of technical support staff that can offer personalized baking solutions to your business. And what you can do now while those scones are resting, you have a whole lot of offcuts here. What are you going to do with them? Throw them away? No. The offcut's now going to be reworked into rock buns. We put the dough into the machine. First we add liquid to the dough. It can be either milk, water, or a blend of the two. The reason we put the liquid into the mix is just to loosen it up. Once again, make sure it's on speed 1. Now we can add the raisins. You can now change speed to speed 2, but remember to switch the machine off before you change any speeds. Right, this dough is pretty much developed now. If you look at the consistency, it's very stringy and runny compared to the scone dough. It's exactly what you're looking for. Right, depositing onto the pans is quite a simple process. You don't want it to be too neat, yet you want the product to look a bit rough. So give it a squeeze, let it pinch it, let it drop down. Take another handful, give it a squeeze, pinch it, let it drop down. The rougher the better, yet you want it to look a bit rough once it bursts open in the oven. The final step before it goes into the oven, we just need to egg wash our rock buns. The sugar, you just dribble it over the top, each one. The rock buns are now ready to go into the oven. The scones have been resting for 30 minutes. Brush of egg wash on the top before you put them in the oven. Now the scones and rock buns are in the oven. We're looking at a baking temperature of around about 220 degrees Celsius for about 10 to 15 minutes. Here I've made some savoury scones using Supreme's scone premix. You'll notice I've cut them square. This will reduce the amount of offcuts and wastage from your scone dough. Supreme's team of baking specialists are there to partner and assist you in ensuring your bakery business delivers quality products and satisfied customers. Our contact details, as well as recipes and other valuable information, are available on the Supreme website.